DJ SurfZilla.
Izzo. Very special guest today. We have singer-songwriter, CEO of Tameka Ferebee Productions, musician extraordinaire. Give it up for Miss Tameka Ferebee, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
You can move that mic closer. It ain't going to bite you.
Oh, hey, everybody.
We have one of the most illustrious musicians in the city of Philadelphia with us today. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm blessed of the Most High and highly favored.
That is awesome. So, you have this event coming up that I've seen. It's been around for about 8 years.
Yes, this is our 8th show.
Flip It.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to the SurfZilla listeners what exactly this entails?
Okay, so the concert is called Philly's Flip It Concert Series. And Flip It started 8 years ago. This is our 8th show that we're doing this year. And basically the concept is it's a showcase where local artists can portray mainstream gospel artists and then flip the music in their own way to reflect their own individual style. And the purpose is to promote, push, unite local artists, offer opportunities for artists to expand their ministry, to demolish the division within gospel music community by supporting and uniting with our fellow artists, hence flipping the script back to our city's motto, which is brotherly love and sisterly affection. Because what I found 8 years ago was that it was a lot of artists, we are rich with music, musicians, artists, but it was just like people weren't really supporting each other. People weren't really showing each other love. And then the other thing was I would look on like BET Awards or different events on different shows on TV, and there was like nobody on there from Philly who was like, you know, really, really pushing. And so this is a way to, you know, spread love, show support, and really push people in music ministry.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So for people who wanted to be a part of that, do you go by your individual relationships with these artists, or do people actually reach out to you to be featured?
Mostly what I've done in the past is I've reached out to people who I wanted to be a part of the show.
Oh, okay.
But it's definitely open to anyone who want to be a part. A lot of my staff members told me I should start having like auditions for like certain people that I don't know, so that we can, you know, kind of like expand it even more. But for the most part, I've been reaching out to people who I know and inviting them to be a part.
That's amazing. I'm guessing since obviously it's his 8th year, it's quite successful at this point. That's great.
It's been a journey. The takeaway from the entire concert for me is to see relationships built, like with the group of background singers. Like we have series of rehearsals or whatever, and so we all build relationships with each other. And it's like so many people have found friends within, you know, just coming together and being a part of it. Musicians have, you know, been able to explore some of the music that they used to listen to, and so the way the show is set up is it's really set up like a show. Like it's not a concert, but it's a show. So we play like the record. We play, you know, everything that they played on the record. You know, it's not like, you know, we have our standard is the record, play the record as if the artist was here. And so, and then we start flipping, we start kind of like rearranging. So just to see how the musicians have just appreciated the music. And like, and one of the things that we do is we honor someone who we feel has made a mark within the gospel music industry. And actually, one of our first honorees was your mom. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I
that.
remember.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we did honor her, and then so with honoring that person, we actually like put a medley together of their music or whatever. So, that's those are some great takeaways. Everybody who attends always lets me know, oh my God, it was great. And then every year I feel like I'm saying, okay, I quit. I'm not gonna do it again. But then it's just like, that year is better than all the other years every time. So I'm grateful to the Lord for the assignment. It's a lot of work. Yeah. The challenge is the same as the purpose, uniting. So it's like it's always a challenge to bring people together for the first rehearsal or for the first meeting. It's just always a challenge, and I'm just like, oh my God. But I'm not giving up. I'm determined to continue to go forward with it.
Yeah, it's a great thing for Philly, especially when you mentioned earlier about the division among artists. You have an idea why this division came? Do you think it's just a generational thing, or is it just?
That's a huge question. That's a huge topic.
I talked in my other show. With PJ, we kind of talked about how the eras are all different. How when we were younger, everything was choirs, and then it kind of transitioned to the group thing, and then now it's like the worship leader thing. And I think with that era change came like the division, because with a choir, obviously everybody in the choir didn't get along, but it had to be some level of connectivity to manage 50 people, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Every rehearsal, whatever. Versus now, you got 6 people or 4 people in the group, and it's like you don't really have to associate too much with the next group that's sitting next to you that's going on, because it's only 8 of them. Versus we bring our whole choir, you bring your whole choir, they bring their whole choir, and it was a whole lot more camaraderie. When we had our concerts back in the day.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a new age, it's a new era, and but I see a lot of people really promoting and pushing choir. So I believe it's on a comeback with the choir coming back to the music. But yeah, it's certainly have changed to praise team era, and then with me being a minister of music, I see how the division between praise team and choir within the church. Oh, wow. We have both in my church, but it's just like I see how like maybe sometimes choir members might envy the praise team, or praise team members might feel like, oh, I'm too good for the choir. So right. Is that just that very the aspect. So what I do, I say, you sing on the praise team, you got to sing on the choir too, right? Because it's all about unity. It's all about coming together to build the best sound that we can make out of this house. So yeah,
and it only makes sense that the best singers should be in the choir,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, it should be a no-brainer. But I guess now, the age of divas and divos and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that's the case at my church, but I have noticed that some of the praise team members aren't choir members. And it never dawned on me, like, why don't they sing in the choir? Like, but
right.
I can't speak for how other people feel or whatever, but that is definitely an interesting take on it.
Right.
Now, coming up, I remember you and your sisters you were a part of y'all were like the Clark Sisters of Philly, I guess y'all can say. How was that?
Wow. Coming up with my sisters, we were not just I'm thinking about the church that we grew up. We were small church, family church. We were the ushers. We were the choir. We were the musicians. We were, everything. We just did everything. My dad played the bass. He was the deacon. My mom was, she was the assistant pastor, and then later became the pastor. So, the people on our block called us Gospel 1, Gospel 2, Gospel 3, Gospel 4.
Wow.
we, had to go to revivals, and there was no. First of all, there was no option to stay home from church at all. Okay, we had church. We had to be there. We don't care if it's a school night. Bring your homework, okay? You want to do your homework at church. We went to church revivals throughout the week. We had a piano in my house. I used to play piano, and my dad be fussing, and my mom like, no, she got to practice, blah, blah, blah. It would be late at night. I'm like, trying to practice also. But it was just, it was a music family. My sister and I, we went to Creative and Performing Arts High School, and that was a great experience. That introduced us to music on another level, which is classical music. So we studied classical, we had theory and all of that. And so we brought that home. My older sister was the first one to bring it home. We was like, what is this mess? What are you doing? Who are you? But then when I went to school, I'm coming home like, ooh, same thing, It's just like such a great appreciation for it when you study classical music. And we all can play something. My youngest sister Tasha, she plays the drums. My older sister started out playing drums and bass. And now my sister Trina, she played bass too. She also played keys. She started playing keys when I left the church to start playing professionally. So she was forced to get on the keyboard. She always had the ability to play. She just was lazy. Right. So by me being there, she never, got on the keyboard like that. So she was forced to just get on there, and she's a beast now. She could tear some C up.
I've seen her on a bass before. I've never seen her on keys.
She can play anything on keyboard.
Wow.
Okay.
Small world. That's
yeah.
Cool. But
So
that's awesome.
But yeah, singing, I would write. I'm like, come here, sing this. They would be tired of me. They're like, oh God, no. So, road trips, we sang. We made songs up about food, all the stuff that people do. Yeah. So it was that kind of life growing up. My dad, we actually got the music from my dad's side. My mom, she can't hum on pitch, okay?
Oh, wow.
I don't know how she managed to be like our director, because she actually taught us songs and directed us. I guess we was like, okay, she must mean that note. Okay, she must mean that note. Because she don't have an ear for music. She can write a play now. Mm-hmm. If you need to play a script or a skit or something, she can write it. But we got our musical ability from my dad's side. My dad is the first person who taught me how to play anything on the piano. He taught me a 1, 2, 3 chord on the piano when I was really, really young. And he, like I said, he also plays the bass. His mother was like the gospel singer of her time. She reminds you of like Harry Jackson. She has this big voice. She was an evangelist, and she traveled like within North Philly, like she would just put appreciation services on for people, help people with their events. She was just like had a huge heart, and we pretty much, I believe, got it from her side. And she would, when we would go over her house, she would teach us Clark's songs. I'm Looking for a Miracle was the first song we learned from her. So yeah. Yes, so that was kind of like the life of the Ferebees.
I can totally relate. Growing up, our house was musical. Mom, a lot of my mom's songs, she would have us try it out first.
Yes.
At the piano, and it would be like, "What? Why are we here?" Like, I just want to go to sleep. So I totally get it. So I'm sure y'all was traveling all around singing at everybody's churches and all that stuff.
Absolutely, yes. We traveled. Churches would come to us. Youth anniversaries, we would travel and sing. And my dad was a mechanic. Is a mechanic. He still is a mechanic. So he would sometimes he would just get cars that people just give to him because they don't want to, but he'll fix them up. So he got this big old blue van. We call it the Ferebee limo. We done been everywhere in South Carolina, everywhere we've been in Ferebee limo. So yeah. been everywhere. Virginia. His family's